Sheri Levy is in the house to help us learn how to transform and live a sexy life.
Sexy, strong life.
There you go.
Right? Inside and outside, right? You need both, yes.
Well, I love the jackets. You're feeling pretty sexy and strong.
I'm so glad I wore it on the day the Royals came. Right? It could have been in a sweatshirt.
It's so true.
We couldn't have had that happen. So you have such an incredibly inspiring personal journey of transformation. Would you mind sharing that with us today?
I'll share a little bit with you because I actually, you know, the big story, breast cancer. You wake up and you think that you're sexy and strong. You've got like a 4-6 pack of abs, right? And then all of a sudden you have breast cancer. So how does that happen? And actually I kept my story quiet. Just kind of shared it with my family and my doctors, one friend, because you were talking earlier about how it's so important how people see you, right? And how they reflect that on you. So I really needed everybody to see me as healthy. And so that was really a strong part of my healing journey. And the real, I think the real win for me was a real big wake up that we have to spend more time on the inside. And I really had to, in order to repair myself, I had to take my whole body apart, system by system, organ by organ, and then just put myself back together again. And we have such brilliant tests that we can actually see through our plasma, our blood, that there's no metastatic cancer tumor cells left in your body.
Wow.
And then you can really continue to live, right?
Congratulations.
Without fear. So thank you.
So you're a walking miracle, and we always say that miracles are only glitches in our current belief system. But what is it that you actually did? What was your process for that?
Well, what I do at Sexy Strong Life as a practitioner is you stop guessing. That's really the process, is stop guessing. Stop guessing if you should be a vegetarian, a vegan, a paleo, if keto, right? Stop guessing. We were talking about epigenetics earlier. We actually have nutrigenomics, which is what is the nutrition under your genetic expression. And so in my practice, we look at your nutrigenomics and to see what your real diet is for you. For me, for many years, being a vegan and vegetarian was really my downfall. That was weakening my system because I can't transfer plant-based nutrients into what I need to function. So nutrigenomics, not only how you should eat, but how you should exercise, how your DNA can express and repair itself, how your hormones are set to function. So learn that first.
If somebody would want to figure out their nutrigenomics, what would they do? What is step one?
Step one is a swab test and then a 50-page report, and then you have someone like me that can help you translate that into function and how you should live. That's step one. Step two is then, now you know how to eat, what do you have? What do you have in your body? What nutrients actually exist in your body? Don't look at 4. Look at 46 of those nutrients and see what you have in your body. And what you don't have, then fill it up. Fill it up either with nutrition or fill it up with supplementation, but fill it up because that's what turns off those signals, those indicator lights that are telling you to wake up and pay attention. You know, when you jerk, when you fall asleep, that's your body saying, hello, I need more nutrients. You know, when you don't remember your dreams. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I jerk all of the time.
Really?
I do.
I
had no idea that was a thing. I thought it was my body trying to wake itself back up. I was like,
no, your body is flipping switches all the time. And we think that these symptoms are just common and normal, but they're just common. They're just absolutely not normal.
So I mean, I'm a true believer that, of course, nutrition is imperative.
Yes.
But it's like, I remember one day thinking, what's worse, a candy bar or getting extremely upset? And the upset is way more. So, of course, dealing with, you know, my father's a naturopath also, and people can have all the great nutrition in the world, but if their body won't absorb it, right? So a lot of that has to do with stress and being, right? So how do you play, how do you?
That's a level of it, and I absolutely hear what you're saying. We need to first know who we are. We need to first know how we eat. We have to de-stress. We have to have love and engagement. All of that's a part of it. But then there's this whole world, our microbiome going on inside of us.
But you have ding-dongs if you really have a lot of love, right?
Right. Some people can can detoxify those ding-dongs, and some people can't. And that's why George Burns, you know, I'm dating myself, but like George Burns, 97, smoking a cigar.
So awesome.
His genes can detoxify. My genes couldn't, and that was a problem for me. Even though I thought I was healthy, my genes just couldn't.
So you're saying if you're a drug addict or alcoholic like he was, because it was like he got over that,
Right.
and then he was able to detox faster, maybe because his body was so used to
he has the
toxins.
genetic capability to take
amazing.
those metals and toxins and put them down phase 3 pathway.
That makes so much sense, though, because I've looked at men and women. I think, well, if they can do it, I should be able to do that too.
Interesting.
And I
That's
just
the trap.
can't.
That's the trap. You have to know we live in this beautiful world where we can absolutely know who we are and how we function, and we can look at our microbiome and we can see who's in charge.
That's such a gift.
It's
Interesting, yeah.
huge. And I had to see who was in charge. Was there a parasite, pathogen? Was I able to absorb that nutrition like you were talking about? Who's in charge? And fix that. That was phase 3. Remove my food intolerances. I had to remove the mercury in my mouth, and dental hygiene is really important. It's a bad bacteria that goes everywhere in your body and causes chaos. So that was another step for me. And then certainly, love and laughter and looking at my estrogen pathway. We can do that now, and you should do that too. Men should do that. But look at your estrogen pathway and see if your estrogen is going down a pathway that causes harm and potentially breast cancer. And if it does, then fix it early on. Don't
Brilliant.
wait.
I love this. I think it's so important. All this. It's very fascinating.
There's
Yeah.
a misconception that anything, lifestyle or nutrition, is a one-size-fits-all remedy, but it's a customizable
Absolutely.
approach that you need to take.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You have to customize who you are, repair your body, and then maybe you can have that Snickers bar.
That's right. Every
Right?
once in a while.
Right, because 90% of our serotonin is happening in our gut. Maybe your gut wants a Snickers bar.
I'm just joking.
I know.
I think prevention is key too, because so many times, especially in the American culture, we're not getting the treatment we need until we are too far down the line, until we are too sick. And we're not preventing.
Yep, I love that you said that, because I just want to put the big buzz out there that mammogram and that ultrasound, that's detection. I did those for 7 years. Our imagery cannot see it until it's 90 trillion cells. Like that's detection. What you said is the money. It's prevention. It's learning who you are, cleaning house, filling your voids, and preventing future disease. I do not think that we have to grow old and have a disease. I think we can grow old and close our eyes
Oh, that's so beautiful.
and check out.
And not twitch to sleep.
And not,
Wait,
no, that's an indicator light. Turn that off.
Right.
Turn that off.
That's great. Thank you so much for all your work. It's so important for everyone.
It's my pleasure, truly. Sexy Strong Life to all of you, really.
Tell people where they can find you.
Oh, sexystronglife.com is where you can reach me. I'm on Instagram at Sheri Levy _Journey to Organic, which was my first founding. You have to start clean. You can also find me on Facebook at Sexy Strong Life and Journey to Organic.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
Stay tuned.
much.
We'll be right back.
Such a